Berlin, July 20th, 1944. The capital of the German Reich feels frozen in place, yet constantly in motion. Soldiers move through the streets without formation, without direction. Civilians stop, lower their voices, watch every vehicle, every uniform. Rumors hang in the air like smoke after an explosion. No one knows what is true. No one knows who is giving orders, or whether anyone is still in control at all. They say there has been an assassination attempt. They say the Führer is dead. They say a coup is underway. And in this moment, inside this political and military fog, one man stands at the center of power without realizing it. Major Otto Ernst Remer, 31 years old. Commander of the Guard Battalion Großdeutschland. Remer is not a politician, not an ideologue in the classical sense. He is a professional officer, trained to act, not to interpret. His life follows clear rules, orders, obedience, responsibility. Doubt is a luxury. Hesitation is dangerous. Then the order reaches him. Joseph Goebbels, Reich Minister for Public Enlightenment and Propaganda, is to be arrested. Immediately, by force, if necessary. For a brief moment, Remer pauses. Goebbels belongs to the innermost circle of the regime. Anyone who arrests him strikes directly at the political nerve center of Nazi Germany. But the order is official. It is signed. And it fits with what Remer has already heard. Hitler is dead. Remer makes his decision. He calls his men together. Engines start. Weapons are checked. He believes he is saving Germany. As Remer's unit moves through Berlin, the real story begins several hours earlier, far from the capital, deep in the forests of East Prussia. There lies the Wolf's Lair, Hitler's fortified headquarters, concrete bunkers, camouflage nets, guard towers, a place considered nearly untouchable. To strike here is to strike the heart of the regime. On the morning of July 20th, Colonel Klaus Schenk Graf von Stauffenberg enters the briefing room. Inside his briefcase is a bomb. He knows he has only minutes. His movements are calm, controlled, almost mechanical. Every step calculated, every glance deliberate. He places the briefcase beneath the massive oak conference table, just as close to Adolf Hitler as possible. Then he leaves the room. Seconds later, a violent explosion rips through the building. The blast wave tears the room apart. Wood splinters, windows shatter. Men are thrown to the ground. Smoke, dust, screams. For a brief moment, everything seems lost. Then, in the chaos, something moves. Adolf Hitler is alive. Injured, dazed, his ears bleeding, his uniform shredded, but alive. Aides help him out of the wreckage. The bomb has failed to kill him. Stauffenberg does not see this. For him, the plan has succeeded. As he leaves East Prussia, he is convinced that no one could have survived such an explosion. From the airplane, he informs his co-conspirators in Berlin. Hitler is dead. Operation Valkyrie begins. What follows is not a spontaneous uprising. It is a precisely prepared mechanism. Operation Valkyrie was originally designed as an emergency plan to protect the Reich if the SS ever attempted to seize power. The conspirators rewrote the plan. They turned it against the regime itself. The logic is brutally simple. Hitler is dead. The SS is blamed as the culprit. The reserve army takes control. The political leadership is arrested. But this plan stands or falls with a single question. Who controls Berlin? The answer is the Guard Battalion Großdeutschland. This battalion is no ceremonial unit. It is the last fully combat-ready military formation inside the capital. While Germany's best troops are fighting or dying at the front, this unit remains behind. Disciplined, battle-hardened, heavily armed. Whoever controls this battalion controls the government district. And whoever controls the government district controls Germany. At the head of this force stands Otto Remer. The conspirators believe they can read him. He is Wehrmacht, not SS, young, ambitious. They believe he is predictable, obedient. They do not understand what drives him. Remer is tall, physically imposing. No desk officer, his decorations were earned under fire. He believes in hierarchy, in order, in the oath he has sworn. His self-image is clear. He serves the Führer, not individual generals, not political intrigues. When his unit reaches the Ministry of Propaganda, Remer is convinced he is on the right side. He believes he is stopping an SS coup. He does not realize that he himself is being used as part of a conspiracy. The building is secured, hallways are occupied, doors are forced open. Inside the office, Joseph Goebbels is waiting. Goebbels stands calmly, no haste, no fear, his hands clasped behind his back. He does not look like a man about to be arrested. Remer reads the order aloud. The Führer is dead. You are under arrest. Goebbels does not respond immediately. Then he slowly reaches into his pocket. He pulls out a small glass vial, cyanide. He holds it visibly between two fingers, a silent ultimatum. If Remer arrests him, Goebbels will die right here, right now. And Remer knows what that would mean. A dead propaganda minister is not proof of treason. He is a symbol, a martyr, and Remer would be the man who created him. Goebbels speaks calmly. He speaks of responsibility, of the oath, of loyalty. Remer hesitates, not because he is weak, but because he understands that he has only one chance. One wrong decision, and he commits treason. The other wrong decision, and he commits treason as well. Goebbels sees the conflict and reaches for the telephone. The line connects to the wolf's lair. Goebbels hands Remer the receiver. A moment of silence. Then a voice. Major Remer. Remer freezes. He knows that voice. My Führer? Do you recognize me? Yes. Hitler is alive. In that instant, all uncertainty drains from Remer. Hitler's voice is furious, sharp, commanding. He speaks of traitors, of a small clique of ambitious officers, of the immediate need to bring Berlin back under control. Then he gives Remer the order, directly, personally. During the call itself, Remer is promoted. Doubt dies. The decision is made. Remer leaves the building. His posture has changed. Where there was uncertainty, there is now absolute conviction. His voice is firm, loud, unmistakable as he faces his men. The Führer is alive. We have been deceived. For a brief moment, there is silence. Then the machine starts moving again. Engines roar to life. Orders are passed down the line. Barrels are realigned. Soldiers who believed they were supporting a coup only minutes earlier now turn their weapons on the conspirators. Berlin shifts once more, this time for good. Within hours, the uprising collapses. Buildings are retaken. Telephone lines seized. Stab headquarters stormed. General von Haase is arrested. Stauffenberg and his closest associates are executed later that same night, their bodies hastily disposed of before dawn. Operation Valkyrie does not end in open battle, not with tanks or bombs, but with a single decision, triggered by a voice at the other end of a telephone line. After the failed coup, Otto Remer becomes a symbol of the regime. Propaganda portrays him as the man who saved Berlin, the officer who stood firm when everything was uncertain. But behind the headlines, the war is already lost. On the Eastern Front, Remer's unit is destroyed, and the military collapse of the Reich can no longer be stopped. After 1945, Remer's story does not end, it changes form. The man who once stopped a coup clings to a defeated ideology. Party foundations, bans, trials, and flight define his post-war life. Even decades later, he remains trapped in the mindset of the war, unable to accept defeat. Otto Ernst Remer dies in exile in Spain in 1997, far from the state he once believed he had saved.